The most common thing that I get almost always is the number. Just too low. And then it's just forgetting about like, you know, like for instance when he was passing, and then I was like, we want to do those turns and tap him, and then right away he locked in. They should become more infrequent. But like for instance, if I came to a stop and my dogs were like collared up, whatever, and they did that, like I to this day would turn and tap to line them up. But once it's been drilled, you know, I don't think you have to do that. But it just comes down to the handler, because people tend to also go by, well, my dog doesn't pull as much as it used to. Like it's not about pulling or not pulling as much, it's about a very specific right shoulder, left leg position when I stop, the auto sit and all that stuff. I don't need to be perfect, but at least not like over here, you know, like I don't care if the dog's a little off to the side, but they're sitting at my side, like that's fine. So if you ever, especially with like duration stuff, you know, once he's got the concept of just like how to do like the down, pushing duration is fairly simple. It just comes down against it. So what's his number at now?
He's like 82.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we were playing fetch earlier, so I brought him down to 75, but like I didn't use it at all. So yeah, he's at 75 right now, but usually when we go out, it's around 80, 85.
Yep, makes sense. And then any difference with like squirrels?
I would say he's still, I mean, he has interest. Like I was walking him, I think yesterday. It's by the golf course, and yeah, I think I buzzed him once or twice because he wasn't paying attention, but like, it's not, like, it was completely off leash and he wasn't.
We walked by a squirrel.
I was proactively doing it, I think.
Sure, yeah.
I didn't even need to buzz him. He just kept walking with me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So.
Good.
Yeah, it's much better.
Good. There's a little giraffe neck over here.
I know.
See over there. See a dog right now.
Yeah, he definitely, I would say like he loses, like he gets, when he's on, like after playing fetch, he gets a little excited and sometimes he slips up a bit, but.
Yeah, oh yeah, so, did you bring the ball?
No, we forgot it.
So, yeah, I don't have it.
He's not the best with eyesight anyways, he would probably, he'd lose it right away.
Oh, sure. So that's normal.
Okay.
So you would want to start simple, right? Where I'd have his ball, and maybe I put him in the sit, and I'm just bouncing it around him, because a lot of dogs tend to be impulsive, they want to charge after it, and then break, and then throw. Then he goes, like you're putting him with the drive, and any dog that goes in the drive, including my own, is going to make mistakes, because they're all about like ball.
Yeah, right.
And that's how you can build even better obedience, because you have a distraction and a reward at the same time, and also you're teaching your dog how to think and drive, which is harder than like in a moment like this.
Yeah.
You know, where it's just like the squirrels and stuff. So. What I would do if you want to try to incorporate that is first like just the bouncing the ball and him being in the stay, and then or sit stay or whatever, or down or place command, and then cueing the break first, waiting a moment, and then throwing the ball. Okay. Once you get that down, then like you could do a recall. He comes to you and an immediate break, and then you can throw the ball as a reward.
Okay.
If he's got a really crazy ball drive, most likely the stationary stuff is where it's going to be the most beneficial for you.
Okay.
Because he's going to want to break from position to charge.
Yeah, so that's definitely.
Yep, he does.
Yeah. It's not even about the bouncing, it's like him chasing something.
Sure, yeah. Because he's got that predatory drive, yeah. Good. Anything else? So because we've done the heel, we did the recall, we got the place, we did the sit, we did the stay, we've done the down. So we have all the commands, now we're just building to offensive reliability, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's go ahead and swap put them on our long leash here. And have you gotten a chance to practice? Any long leash stuff with them?
I've been honestly doing more off leash than
Okay, fully off leash?
Yeah.
Sure.
Like I probably do about like 20 minutes or so of off leash.
Okay.
In the morning, like because I'll be off way west on east on Lincoln Park. So it's pretty much just me in the morning.
Okay.
Good practice for the squirrels too. So many squirrels over there.
Yeah, he's been really good, like off leash.
Okay.
And we're probably not making that progress, but
I think we're probably jumping ahead a little bit, but yeah, he's like in that situation, like I almost have full confidence in him. It's more about like maintaining that control. I feel like there's still a little bit more control on the leash.
So the reason why I do the long leash for a bit I have plenty of people that jump ahead. I've had clients after the first class already walking the dog off. And they're like, look, Jesse, and they'll take it off, and they're just doing it, right? And it's good. I'm like, yeah, like the dog's tight, the dog's in the heel, and they're like, I walk around the park. The only reason why I do long leash is so we have more time to force mistakes. So like right now, the client I just came from, we were doing the side step exercise, and then the dog took off on the wife, and then, you know, remoted and brought the dog back, and I said, that's why we're in this stage still, because things like this are still going to happen.
Yeah.
And so that, like, when he's fully off leash, if something happens, one thing is handler confidence. Like if you're like you said, you're fully confident in his skills, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's still more control, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't when he's off leash, like I'm waiting for that mistake. Where when he's on leash, like I'm not. Like I would say, like there's very little mistakes. So I feel like I need to like give him more of that opportunity so I can correct him.
Correct.
And train him in that context.
Right. So like right there when you're talking about that, like I just think this is a person who's confident in the collar.
Yeah.
Right, because not everybody is. Well, the dog has the training, but the owner themselves is not confident in their application of the collar.
Yeah.
And then they need more time to kind of get to where you're at. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, like I have complete confidence in the collar. Like I know when I fuzz the collar, it'll be back.
Right.
It's just more I'm waiting for that training moment where I can
utilize it for sure. Yeah. So I have no problem with it. I do long leash just so if we get problems and we force problems, we can correct them, and then you have an idea of it. But it really comes down to if something happens. Like I had a client, her dog took off in the third class. Not during the third class, but like before from the second to third class, dog took off on her. We hadn't even done recall. And then I came back and she's like, I had to 127 continuous my dog, but he came back. She's like, did I do something wrong? I'm like, no, because even though we didn't do recall, your dog was running away.
Yeah, right.
Like, and then she just had full confidence. She's like, okay, this is what I think I need to do. Dog came back, you know. So like stuff like that is like it's just knowing that most people's instinct is to like, oh no, the dog's running away, and mine is like, uh-oh, get to that remote, make the dog a turn.
Right.
Okay. So what we'll do here is I'll just have you show me a little bit of a practice routine. Okay. And we'll see how he's doing. Okay.
Gilmore heel.
I was just thinking that myself. I was like, man, he seems pretty chill.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is a much calmer Oz park.
Right.
I honestly don't think he has the best eyesight. I think like he doesn't have too many distractions on squirrels.
Sure.
Now where do I go in this situation if I'm facing this way? How do I have him heel again?
So just say heel, move forward, because he's already on your left side, so you should just pivot inwards.
Heel?
Yep. Like that. There you go. Tap. Good. taps was that before you use your hand?
Just one.
Just one. Okay, so go to down.
Down.
And you're gonna grab your leash higher up, but you're still gonna leave it fairly slack.
This black one?
Correct. Yeah, the long one. You're gonna grab it as if it were a short leash.
Okay. I gotta find it first. Well, that one's not supposed to be.
Good. So what you're gonna do here is we're gonna cue the sit, and then we're gonna start rhythmically tapping, but sooner. Okay.
Okay.
So sit.
Sit. That was just one.
Okay.
That was one tap.
We're gonna repeat that a couple of times. Okay.
Okay.
Right. I mean, down.
Down.
Good. Wait a moment. Yep. Good. Wait a moment. Down.
Sit.
I'm gonna sit. Tap. No pull. There you go. Repeat that 3 more times. Down.
Down.
Good.
Sit.
There you go. Good. Wait a moment. Down.
Down. Sit.
Right. And last rep here. Down.
One more down.
Good. And what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna yap my mouth for a little bit, then we're gonna do the sit. Okay? So what I had noticed before, when you're doing the sit from the down, is you're delaying the tap.
Okay. Yeah, we talked about that last week.
Yep.
Hey.
Good. So it's sit, tap. Good. And you're kicking in with that tap immediately. The reason why I had you grab it higher was in case he wasn't going to get it, we would have the pressure on, and then the leash was going to be readily available to kick in with leash pressure. But ideally, we're trying to make him do it purely through the remote. So kind of like at the facility when we downed him, and it was like a struggle for him. But then after he got it that one time, it started getting easier and easier. And now like these are much better. These are pretty instant. Was because we made him think through it with pressure. Okay, so then the pressure makes him think like, okay, what was that answer for that sit again? Because I don't want to be under pressure for that long. Okay, so if so it's sit, tap, right? And if he pops up, perfect, then don't do anything else. Otherwise, I keep that rhythmic tapping and then applying that leash pressure if he doesn't get it within 2 to 3 taps. Okay. So the next thing was we downed him. I'm talking, and just because we did a few reps, his brain is stuck on going into that position. So then I use that as an opportunity to correct it. So we keep that down, and then now we're going to cue that final sit.
Sit.
Tap. Right. Tap. There you go. Wait a moment. Tap. Wait a moment. There you go. Good. Like that. Right? So I'm catching him off guard. Because when we get in the rhythm of sit down, like it's going to be easier. So then I go, okay, I'm going to put a couple of minutes in there, let your brain rest a bit, and then kick in with the sit when you're not expecting it. Okay?
Yeah, I always want to give him the opportunity to like
be a
get
good
up.
boy.
Yeah, but you're right. Like he just needs an instant.
Yes. Everybody does that.
Yeah.
Right? Because either they feel bad about the remote, right? And it's super common. And so the way I put it is people tend to give the dog the opportunity to do the right thing. And I use every opportunity to make the dog do the right thing.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's how we condition reliability. So like if every single time it's just consistently making the dog perform the behavior, eventually over time there's no other option for the dog but to perform the task. Like there's no other option in their mind. But the more he learns, like, oh wow, mom says sit, I have like a 3-second window, he's gonna take that 3-second window. Okay? And this all ties together with the recall stuff. Because like if the sit down in the place is all very lax and like sure, which is like taking this time and sitting down, that's what we call delay. And if you can delay with certain commands, it might start delaying other commands. And one command you don't ever want to delay with is the recall. Right? So if I'm allowing too much leading to other commands, eventually it's going to seep into the recall. And then if I have a delayed recall, if I call him while he's running towards the stream, and the delay happens right there, that's a very bad situation. So that's why everything is very instantaneous. Okay? Good. So that was fine. That looked good. So we're going to release him. Questions about any of that stuff?
No, that was helpful.
Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to start the emergency downs. Okay, so he's got good speed in terms of the performance of it. Okay, So what we're gonna do here is you're gonna keep your leash. Well, actually, we got the short leash, right? We can switch to the short leash. That'll make life easier. Alright, so what we're going to do here is as you're walking with Gilmore, is you're going to say down. So remember when we did the stay, when we pivot out with the right leg like this?
Yeah.
Right? You're going to have to time this. So you have a good leash in left hand, you're going to be in the heel. And when you say the word down, you're going to say down and turn with that right leg as you're moving. Does that make sense?
Can you show me one more time?
Sure. So we're in the heel, right?
Yep.
You say down, and right when you say that word, this right leg comes out, and now you're facing Gilmore.
Okay.
So you're doing the stay, kind of, but you're going to be in motion.
Are you still slowing down? Or this is just an emergency down? Like...
You can do. We can do slow in the beginning because we have to build them up towards down no matter what you're doing.
Yep.
So you can start the slow, cue the down, and the reason why we want that short leash is all these things are working together that when you say down and you pivot out, you're putting pressure on Gilmore to help him put the brakes. Okay? And you're going to move back, but if he keeps trying to follow you, you're going to use your leash to counter him like this.
Okay.
And tap until he goes into that down position, and then you'll move to however far back you can, and you're going to circle around, and then you're going to end up back at his side again.
Does down mean stay too?
Correct.
This emergency down?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Anytime we say sit down or place, stay is applied.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Heel. Down.
Right now, relax your leash here a little bit and tap. Good. Now you're going to move back and around. Up, tap, tap.
Do I have to move him back?
Tap. No, you're okay. Right now, shorten your leash back. Yep, hold them back. Tap, 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 tap. Good. And then you're gonna move back and around. Step in. Tap, tap. Step towards them. Tap like that. Good. Tap, tap. Yeah. Step towards them. Tap, tap. Tap. Wait a moment. Tap. Tap. Good. And you're going to step back. And now around so that you go in front of him. Like that. Good. Then you're going to come in. You can come into his the healing side. So on his right. There you go. And you're going to praise. Good job. Good. Remember, repeat that a few times. Okay. First one's always the hardest. And going to go into the heel.
Heel.
Now when you did the step around, you did more of a step out, and you want to do a pivot, so now you're facing Gilmore like that.
Okay.
Okay?
Down.
There you go, much better. Yep, tap. Tap, that's okay. Tap. Tap, there you go. Now, almost. Wait a moment. Okay, good. Tap. Right. Tap. There he goes. Now you're going to go back and then around to his friend. Like that. Now you're going to come in straight towards him. Back to his the healing side. Correct. Like that. Perfect. Okay, praise. Attaboy. Good. Remember, repeat that 3 more times.
Okay.
That was better. It was faster.
Heel. Down. Oh, I tapped him too soon.
There you go. Yep. Yep. Good. Now back. And then swoop around to his friend. Good. Now straight in towards him. Back to the healing side. Very good. Go ahead and heel.
Heel.
And what you're gonna do here is choke up on your leash so that when you hold him back, you can prevent him from pivoting
Okay.
in.
Down.
There you go. Yep. There you go. Good. Yep. Now back. Good. Then you're gonna swoop around. There you go. Good. Then back to the healing side. Good. And heel. And you're at 80, right?
I am at 80, yeah.
Let's go down to 65.
Down.
Right, good. Then back. Good. Back to the side. Right. Good. So on that one, you actually got it for the most part.
Yeah.
Right? Just want to swap handlers? Break.
Break. Break.
No more break.
So when I put down, I gotta like go around him, like.
Yeah, so what we're trying to do here is when you cue the down, right, you're swooping out that right leg and keeping him back. And then once he's in the down, you continue with your movement. And then eventually we build this to where you're continuously moving.
So I can turn around and like put my leg like that, or.
What's that?
So I'll turn around and lay down. This or.
No, the other way.
The other way.
You're coming in front of him like a stay.
Okay.
So.
Down.
Like that. Now, tap, back. There you go. And then start to swing around. There you go. Good.
One more break.
Good. We'll try that 4 more times.
One more down.
There you go. Now back. Tap. There you go. And then back and around. I've seen him before. That's fun. Even there in the day.
One more down.
I was like scared looking over there.
Good boy.
That was a pretty good one.
Injection.
What?
Injection.
No.
Come on, yo. Just like.
I think we were like real people like sitting in
Come more down.
Oh, yeah, what are you doing?
Okay, I see. So you're stepping in front of him,
Yeah.
like to like body block, and it's kind of like the stay when you're just swooping out like that, but you're not moving into him. You're actually trying to move backwards.
So swoop and then back.
Yes.
Okay. I was cheating for you, Gilmore. Come on, Gil. Gilmore down.
So what happened?
This is just a trainer failure.
Yeah. So on that one, you did like you stepped back like this,
Yeah.
as opposed to the step in front. So you remember the stay,
Yeah.
right? Stay. Yeah, right. That's what we're doing, but now we're just doing it in motion. So once you cue that down, you're just swooping out that right leg, but you should be immediately in front of him, and you want to choke up higher, probably by that first, like by that knot right there, so that you can help. The reason for the pull is to help Gilmore physically put the brakes on, because he's not thinking like I need to learn how to lay down as I'm walking. right? So we're doing this to put in the little foundation of like he might be running and doing something high drive or whatever, and he's gonna get that cue. So we'll try it again. So heel and then front and back.
Door down.
There you go. Look better. Yeah. There you go.
I didn't choke up though.
Yeah. Then back up.
Good boy.
Yeah. Step in. There you go. Now back and move around. So if he tries to move towards you, you step in. If he's going down, then you step back.
Okay.
We're gonna try that 2 more times.
Come on. Yep. Or down.
And swoop around. There you go. Yep. Step in. There you go. That's good. Now back and around. Because what we're also doing here is trying to get him to ignore what you're doing. Because his inclination is when you're moving, I'm following.
Yeah.
Right? So we're trying to break that habit and teach him like now we're going to tell you to lay down, and I might still be moving, but you still need to perform the task.
Come on, heel. Gilmore down.
And back. That was a good one. There you go. That's okay. That's okay. Yep. And then move around.
I messed up that section. I had to mess up something.
This is a hard one for Matt too, as well as Gilmore.
Good. We're gonna pause right there. We're gonna let him take on that. Okay. So that last one was the best one. As soon as you sat down, he did it, and you were still continuing your motion. Okay. So we have to build this up to a realistic application. We have to start with baby steps, so we start with the walk. Okay. So is that an owl?
I think it was an owl.
With this, I would do this a few minutes a day, couple 2 to 3 times a day, 2 to 3 minutes, real short, because it's so redundant. Okay. The next thing would be applying this as you're in a run. Okay, so you're just like running with Gilmore. You cue the down, and you still do that pivot off, because you're trying to make it more realistic.
Yeah.
If you see he's doing it pretty consistently and smoothly, then when you're on the walk, randomly on the walk, do an emergency down. But you keep it the same, right? Maybe you're walking for 20 minutes nonstop, he's doing great, and all of a sudden, down. I throw it in there, because it's completely out of nowhere, right? So when we do these back to back, what we're doing is taking advantage of his brain is going to assume it's going to be a down. So I use that so that we can start to create the speed and teach them down also applies to when you're in motion. Okay, and then once he starts to get that down, I start to just apply it in more random situations to build for that realistic reliability. Okay, questions so far? So we're going to do a few more reps of the same way they were doing it. We're trying to get this as smooth as possible, then we'll swap handles again. Okay?
More heel. One more down.
Yep, and then back. That's fine. That was a good one. And then swoop around.
Come on, heel.
Good.
Come on, down.
And back. Yeah, there you go. So when you did that swoop around,
that was a bad
you could have kept with that backwards motion like right there. But that was good. 3 more.
Come on, heel.
Give some praise for the buddy.
Come on, down.
There you go. Good. Yep, keep moving. There you go. That's fine. That's okay. There you go. Good. Good. Couple more.
Heel. Come on, down.
Right, and then just keep your movement. Keep moving.
Yeah.
So now that he's getting it fairly consistently, I would, on this next one, when you give that down, try to keep your movement.
Okay. Gilmore heel. Gilmore down.
There you go. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Yep, keep your movement. Good. Just going to swap handlers?
Good. Good boy.
Let's get tail wag, Gilmore.
Heel. Down.
Yep. There you go. Good. Keep your movement. Very good. Good. We're going to do 4 more.
Heel. Down.
There you go. Very good.
Heel. Down.
Oh, nice. Good. Couple more.
Heel. Down.
Good. And last one.
Heel.
Tap forward. There you go.
Like I'm done. Down. Oh, I feel like he was predicting that one.
Yeah, because now he's reading your body language. So when you did that one, you kind of leaned out.
You've been
Okay.
turning before you say down.
So what we're gonna do here, all this looks good, right? For now, we're gonna keep with the walking, but when you say the down, you're actually gonna keep straight, okay?
Okay.
But you're gonna say that down when you're stepping out with that right foot,
Okay.
okay? You're gonna have your leash shorter here, because when you cue the down like this, because you're not pivoting anymore, he's more likely to think heel, right? He's gonna want to come to that left
Yeah.
side. So then you put the brakes on him and go as far as you can straight before pivoting
Okay.
and moving around. Okay, because now we're trying to build this where you can straight walk and you can just down.
Okay. Heel. Down.
There you go.
Oh,
Tap, tap.
that was my fault. I tapped him.
Okay, yeah. And keep your movement. There you go. Good job.
I said down and tapped him. And he was about to go down anyway.
Good. We'll do 4 more.
Heel. Down.
Right. Tap. There you go. You got it. Good. Now walk around. Good job. That was a good one.
Start walking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we're not pivoting yet.
Heel.
So if he starts mixing up stay with down, is that not a
Down.
bad thing?
Good one. What do you mean?
It's like if we say stay now, he like goes down.
Is he gonna stay when you say stay?
I mean,
he has. Oh, if he does lay down, you would just correct the back position.
Correct the back position.
Yeah.
I know if that was like a bad thing. That's fine.
Yeah, no, we want to correct that, make it real black and white. You may see that because it just goes down so much today.
Down.
It's like just following up on a pattern today.
There you go. Good. We're gonna do one more.
Good boy, Gilmore. Great heel. Down.
Very good. We're gonna keep him in that down. We're gonna swap handlers. Heel.
Were you guys already out here or did you have to come from?
No, we were at Independence Park
Oh.
because I have a client that comes from like an hour out,
Oh, wow.
so it's easier for them to meet us at Independence.
Somewhere down.
Good. That was a smooth one. Very good.
I'm still supposed to walk around it.
Correct.
Heel. Come on down.
Nice one.
Good boy. Should I attempt the run right now, or
What's that?
should I attempt running?
We'll do 3 more of these, and then we're gonna move to the running.
Come on, go.
Yep. Calf forward. Good.
Come on down.
Good.
Good
2
boy.
more.
Getting dizzy from all the spins. Heel.
Good.
Also, there was the other day, Martin on Friday.
Come on down.
Yeah, there you go. That's fine. There you go. So if you see him keep moving, then you go to the leash and pivot.
Okay. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to take it back to the side or.
Not for this one,
Okay.
because we're trying to get him to. We're focusing on just downing while he's walking. Try it one more time.
Heel. Come on down.
There you go.
Good boy.
Very good. So now we're gonna try the running, but because we're gonna make it harder with running, we're gonna go back a step and do the pivot again.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna be, as you're running, you wanna time that down, or you know, like a jog or whatever. Time that down with that right leg out.
Come on down.
And then keep your movement. There you go. Good. Try 4 more.
So he's supposed to keep moving.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're still stepping out in
Yeah,
front of
so
him,
you're like-
but you're moving backwards then.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Come on, heel. Down.
That keep moving.
Oh, shit.
And when you turn, you don't have to keep your speed. You can like just lightly jog back,
Okay.
so you don't trip.
Heel. Come on down.
There you go. That was good. Try a couple more, then we'll swap.
Heel. Come on down. Good boy.
Good. And
Yep.
one. Tap, 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 forward, tap, tap. Atta boy, good.
Down.
Nice one. Very good. Swap.
Heel.
Nice work, Matt.
Cardioing.
Yeah, seriously. Doing cardio.
Cardio.
So we see Gilmore for the lead.
Gilmore heel. Down.
Right. That was good. That was real good. Good. Wanna do 4 more?
Heel. Down.
Nice one. Very good.
I didn't know I'd be working out today. Good boy. Heel.
Good. Wanna do 3 more?
I feel like a show, like he's my show dog.
Show dog, yeah.
Down.
Very nice. Atta boy, Gilmore. Good. 2 more.
Heel. Down.
Good. And last one.
Heel. Down.
Good. Very good. And back to this side. Good. We'll give him a little bit of a break.
Break.
So just from where we started at, right?
Yeah.
Where it was like really difficult, and then now he's downing fairly consistently even during a speedy little run there.
Yeah.
So the stalling, right? Because now he thinks, are you going to down me?
Right.
Now, so whenever we teach something new, we create problems. That's the problem we're creating here.
Yep.
Because now he might start just like automatically downing randomly. If
Here
that
he does
happens,
that. Yeah.
if he does that while you're walking, you just keep walking, tap, 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 tap. So he fixes it, comes back to that leg.
Right.
Okay. Question about this so far. So another way of practicing this would be, does he play tug at all, or do you play tug with him?
No.
No. So he plays ball. Anything else?
That's pretty much it. Yeah, he's not really interested in tug.
We also don't have a tug rope.
Did we hear from Maddie that playing tug isn't really good for your dog? So
Well,
I think that's why we never really did it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So the reason why I like tug is because you can use it in this kind of setting where you're getting him really revved up, and then I can just down him as we're engaged with each other. You could do it with the ball where he's just like in pursuit. What we're trying to create is just craziness.
Right. He will do tug because he's played with a pit bull tug for like 30 minutes.
Oh, sure.
Wouldn't give it up, yeah.
Yeah. So it sounds like he does have some tug drive.
Yeah, he does.
So you can either use like a ball or a toy and like wave it around, and it's just a lot of craziness. And as he's like jumping around for the toy, down.
Yeah.
Okay. Now when you do this in that particular setting, you would actually stop moving, right? So if I'm playing with Gilmore and we're doing all this craziness, right? with a lot more energy than that.
Sure.
Down, right? Is I'll stop and cue the down and be ready to tap or tap. And it might start off like you did today. You know, it was like a lot of taps and just like all this kind of shuffling around. And we just keep practicing, and eventually you should get it to this point. And the moment he downs, yes, break, boom, and we start playing again. Okay. In that kind of setting, I'd only do a few of them because it's the same thing as like the recall. If you drill it out too much, he's not going to want to leave your side and all that. Same thing for this. He's going to learn like, oh man, they're bringing out the tug and they're just going to tums it down.
Yeah, they're just going to make me work here.
Yeah. So it's a good. I like that personally because you're trying to get Gilmore to learn to down, no matter what he is in conjunction to you. Okay, so like right now he's constantly at our left side, right? But realistically speaking, he might be chasing something or whatever, or running towards you. So we use that looseness to down him at different areas to me. Okay, so he could be to your behind you, to your right, to your left, in front of you, 4 feet away. You're trying to get him used to just down, boom, wherever you're at, and not to down and move into you. Okay, because that's from like in the beginning when we're doing those kinds of downs. Like typically in that style, the dogs will tend to hunker in towards the owner, and I want him to just plop. And that's why that your movement away is important after we've got him over that, because he's going, oh, you have nothing to do with this command anymore.
Right.
Whether you're moving or running or walking or playing, down means I just plop, and then I forget about what you're doing.
Okay.
Okay. Questions on that?
Yeah. What if he's playing tug with another dog and we say down?
You could technically do that.
Okay.
But you would have to there has to be some kind of familiarity with it. Like if you went from this to while he's tugging with the dog. If you've not done it yourself, not that you couldn't make it happen, but if anything, you would most likely dissuade him from playing with that dog.
Yeah, because there's still chaos and stuff.
Right. So when you structure it out and stuff, you're just putting that foundation in. So the only thing that's changing is that he's not tugging with you; he's tugging with the dog.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Other questions?
You remember we was playing with that pickup once at the beach?
Oh yeah, I do. Like
that's when I had to turn up to 127 because he wouldn't let go of this guy's frisbee at one point. That was the first time I went to continuous 127.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Just for like tug? Damn.
Well, it was like the situation was like this frisbee was about to get shredded, and it wasn't like either of the dogs.
But then part of it was the other dog's owner started kind of like trying to get involved too.
Yeah, the owner was about to like get like he's starting to heat. It seemed like.
Oh, like agitate the situation?
Yeah.
Well, I would say agitate the situation. Like he really wanted that frisbee back before it got broken.
Oh, okay, sure. So it was another person's frisbee, but the Gilmore and another dog were playing with?
Yeah.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
He'll steal anything.
Any kind of fetch thing he'll take. He's had 2 or 3 balls at his mouth at one time.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I was at a dog park once, and there was a dog walker, and this dog had 2 balls in his mouth, and it was like a little micro pitty.
Oh wow.
And then I was laughing. I was like, oh, that's so awesome. And he's like, oh, check this out. And he showed me, he had a picture. And I guess he did it from like this, from underneath the dog. But it was the blue sky, right? Couple of clouds. And then you saw the dog's face like smiling, and it had 3 tennis balls, one on each side at the front. I'm like, bro, that is such an awesome picture.
That's so cool.
That is pure joy right there.
Yeah.
So for Gilmore here, when it comes to those things like that, like toys at the dog park or whatever, I mean, that's a lot of power to just get them to let go of a frisbee. Preventative approach, like if you see them eyeballing something, it's like, yeah, you're not going to have that. You can remote proactively, preemptively, so that he doesn't, like, it's just like anything at the park is off limits or whatever. If you want, or like if you notice there's like a certain thing that belongs to like a person, not a dog, when you see them like looking at it or trying to go for it, you would remote them prior. Okay, to prevent that from happening. Anything else? So for this week, for practicing the emergency downs, a couple times a day, 2 to 3 minutes. And then only apply while walking the down in the heel, right? So if you go walking for like a 20 minute, like in the mornings when you go with them, but do it with the leash still on. Okay, because he's going to need that break in the beginning until it's very consistent. And then we'll see where he's at next week, and then we'll start to apply it in other areas. Okay.
Awesome.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Good. So continue with practicing the stuff that you've been practicing. Okay. And
Yeah.
then now we're just adding in something else into the repertoire.
Great.
All right. Awesome. Good job, guys.
Thank you.
We'll see you in a week.
Yeah. Thanks
Hopefully
for coming out
it's
here.
nice.
Yeah, hopefully it's warm like this. This is perfect.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's why I wanted
think
to keep it out here.
We're like thinking about going to a patio now. Like, this is one of the last days we can do that.
Yeah. Well, all this week through the weekend is supposed to be nice. So take advantage of it.
For sure.
We'll see you in a week. If
see
anything
ya.
pops up, you let us know.
Okay,
For sure.
for sure.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Thanks.